So here I'm playing around with creating the shell plates for the case feeder. What I'm using is a real cheap foam core board from the hobby store, like Hobby Town or Hobby Lobby or something like that. Sold about $1 something for a pretty good sheet of it. So this way I'm able to kind of experiment, see what the best spacing is, and how many slots per quadrant I'm going to create. Here's the one for the 223. Again, I cut it from this stuff in case, and then trial fit it in case I have to make any adjustments. It's easy to cut out another piece, trim and that sort of thing from here. They were all started in the center and just kind of did my radials out so I would have individual segments to work from. You just do the pi calculation to come up with the circumference. So that's what I did there. Same with this. So it's pretty straightforward. So the distance from point to point is roughly a little more than 10 inches in diameter, I believe that is. Yeah, about 10 inches. And with a 10 inch from here to here, the diameter of this circle, this piece fits perfectly in the bottom of a 10-gallon bucket. So if you've been thinking about what kind of diameter you need to create a case feeder shell plate, it's just a little bit more than 10 inches, like 10 1/4 roughly, thereabout. No, not 10 1/4, 10 1/8. Yeah, 10 1/4 would be a little bit too much. About 10 1/8. 10 1/8 is like perfect. You might want that shell plate to sit up a little bit higher off the bottom of the bucket at 10 1/8, but if you do 10 inches, that'll probably work just as well. So what this is a piece of the plastic that that breadboards, cutting boards are made out of. I bought some 12 by 12 by 1/4 inch sheets of this stuff on eBay, because you can't really write on this stuff because it's so slippery. I just put this blue painter's tape on it, and from there, as you can see, I'm able to draw out my circle diameter as well as the inner diameter where I'm going to center the holes. Start out by making a point, determining the center of this by marking out points on all 4 corners and discovering your center. What these parallel lines are, I want to make sure that I have a perfect square in the middle, because that's how I'm going to drive the plate with the motor. I'm going to build a little square key that this thing sits right in, like a spindle, a square spindle. And that square shape will, as the motor's turning, it'll drive this sheet, the shell plate, inside of the bucket. So that's where I am so far with this project. And as I move through this, you'll see more videos.